Welcome back to Kinda Funny's Pixar in Review. Today we are brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Blast through the Outer Worlds 2 in style with an exclusive skin for your Raptidon in-game pet, brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. When you purchase a Purple Berry Punch or Mock Melon Brew 5 Hour Energy product, you'll receive a unique code to unlock exclusive Outer Worlds 2 in-game content. Today, I'm Tim Geddes. I'm joined by Andy Cortez.
Hello.
Joey Noel.
Hello.
And Nick Scarpino.
Hello.
How we doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. How are you, Joey?
I'm a little bit on edge.
Why?
Because I had to do some testing for the stream that's tomorrow, and Mike comes out and he was like, "Hey, can everybody come out, or can somebody come in and help me test this thing in the lab?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I can do it." I walk in. I'm not going to spoil some of the things that are happening for tomorrow, but there was a vibe in there and I immediately regretted volunteering.
Joey,
everybody kept laughing. I was like, I'm about to get got so hard right now.
You immediately were like, I'm not doing this thing. I'm not stepping on that thing, and I don't want to be anywhere near that.
Yes, correct.
I'm just confused where they got those two giant Doberman pinchers.
Shit was wild.
That's crazy.
Y'all are going to need to tune in starting tomorrow and hopefully all weekend long. It is a Silent Hill F marathon stream. The F stands for friendship. Will that friendship last between Roger and Mike throughout the weekend, Andy? What do you think?
He'll probably end up blocking Roger again on his phone for the third time.
Yeah.
Block his number for a couple weeks and then get over it for whatever reason. You know?
Monsters here. Today we're talking about Elio. First new Pixar movie this year. Came out in June during a very busy time for us. So last week we did our great Pixar re-rank episode to get our rankings more in style of how we're doing MCU in review, where each one of our lists combines to make the master list, and we're going to continue that today. But Elio had a runtime of 1 hour and 38 minutes. It came out on June 20th, 2025, directed by three for here. This is, I think, the first Pixar movie co-directed by three. A lot of animated movies have been doing this. Across the Spider-Verse did this as well. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe Chris Ankin knows. Chris, text me if you have a good answer.
He won't. He's not happy about our list.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry, Chris. I'm so sorry. But Madeline Sharafian directed the short film Burrow and the feature film Elio here. And then Domi Shi, who directed the short film Bao in 2018, which then led to co-directing this and Turning Red a couple years ago. And then Adrian Molina, who was a co-writer and co-director on Coco, was kind of like the main lead director on this one, but all three of them did it together. The music was done by Rob Simonson, American composer and conductor, best known for 500 Days of Summer. That's
an interesting direction.
Yeah, a lot of the Ryan Levy projects, so Deadpool and Wolverine, and then now and the Adam Project, things like that, and Ghostbusters Afterlife, and then here we are with Elio. This is where
David Levy?
What'd I say?
Ryan? Is it David?
It's Sean.
Sean.
It's Thursday.
It's close.
It's Thursday.
It's close.
We're all here together.
You're in the right genre of name.
That's really funny. This one had a budget of $200 million, and it had a box office of $154 million. Oh, no.
That's not good.
I think that might be the worst ever. That's bad. That is real bad, especially when I think the one before that was Inside Out 2, that has just shy of $1.7 billion.
Ooh.
But is that shocking? I had no idea what this movie was about going into it, and it's a Pixar film.
Yeah.
Like every other movie we'd ever seen, and I'm the least knowledgeable about everything, and their marketing has always somehow managed to penetrate my old brain. And in this one, I had no idea what we were getting ourselves into, which I'm happy about, by the way, because I was pleasantly surprised.
I do wonder why that was, because I'm kind of with you. I mean, I knew this movie existed, but I think I knew more about it from like D23's years ago when they just first announced it as a concept. I was like, one day we're doing this thing called Encanto, and Lin-Manuel Miranda's doing the music and stuff. And you're like, okay, that'll happen eventually. And then it just does, you know? But also, I've been saying this, but this coming out in June this year, like the blockbuster theater experience this year was like every week was a megaton movie coming out. So yeah, this definitely got lost in every shuffle possible.
Was this before or after Jurassic World?
It would have been before, right? Because Jurassic World, I think, was at the end of it all. That was July, I think. But this was right in there with the releases.
Really ended on a strong note with that one.
Oh yeah, Rebirth, baby. What was her little name?
Betsy.
Secret Delight. Yeah, shout out to Betsy. Delilah.
What
Who the
was
hell
I
knows?
don't think that's what it was. But
Anyways, that's the stats that I got for you
Betsy
here.
and David Levy.
Who should I start with? I'll start with you, Andy. What'd you think of Elio?
Dolores.
Dolores
Oh,
was
it's
the
a
name.
I didn't even need to
Close.
look it up.
Dolores.
Dolores. Elio. I really like this movie a lot.
Hey.
I wasn't expecting a whole lot from it. I think I had offhand heard some people in the community going, "Hey, man, that the new Pixar movie is actually like pretty good. It's not, this isn't one of those that I feel like you go into the theater and maybe go like, here's another one where Pixar's just kind of lose us. And is this maybe the last one, or are we gonna continue this downward trajectory?" I really enjoyed my time with this movie. I think it had heart when it needed to. I think it had good comedy when it needed to. I think it's just a super, super solid movie, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would have.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Joey?
Hell yeah.
Oh, there we go. I liked it, but I think it's hard to say I liked it for a Pixar movie and have that not be like significantly lower just because of the quality of the movies that they put out overall. This movie made me laugh out loud more than I have in a really long time in a Pixar movie. I was watching it yesterday at the office, and Roger kept turning, or maybe it was Greg, kept turning around, and I'm sure wondering what I was watching because I was just like, the comedy in this was really hit for me. I think it was really good. I would say emotionally, it didn't hit the depths that I commonly feel from the Pixar movies. But I think visually, the colors and the way that they do the characters designs for everything are really, really top notch. And overall, I think it's like a solid movie.
Nick?
I love this movie.
Wow.
I loved it, and I'll tell you why. This is the most 80s Pixar movie they have ever made. It's hour and
38?
Hour and 38 minutes. It is half The Last Starfighter and half Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I know isn't 80s, but the vibe of this movie hit on so many different levels for me that halfway through, I watched the first 20 minutes 2 nights ago and I was a bit tired. And I came in, I was like, Andy, I'm not feeling this film. And he was like, do yourself a favor, go back and just watch the rest of it tonight when you're a little bit more well rested. And I did. And it just, by the time it starts kicking off, the humor, the weird, almost shouldn't be in this movie, scary, weird shit
What the heck?
I was like, this reminds me of every movie that Steven Spielberg made, or that Joe Dante made, or that anyone made in the 80s, where there's just some parts of it are kind of legitimately scary, and it makes you, it heightens everything for you. And by 3/4 of the way through this movie, I'm crying, I'm laughing at the clones, I'm just enjoying the heck out of how creative this is. And it finishes, and I was like, wow, what a great hour and 30 minutes of my time. Thank you for doing that. I fell in love with all the characters. I care about them. We're done. I couldn't be happier to be talking about this film.
Hey, I'm very surprised at how high you are out there.
Yeah.
I think that this is a good movie. I think that the Pixar makes great movies very often, which makes how low this is on my list like a little surprising because of how much I legitimately think that it's good. But I think I am lower than all three of you potentially here, where I think the movie ends amazingly. Like the last 3 minutes are so good that I was like, oh man, I wish the rest of the movie kind of built to that a little bit better. The Pixar stuff of, falling in love with the characters, like this being a new IP for Pixar, it's like comparing this even to like Luca recently, right? Like something about Luca that I loved was not only was it new, it brought a fresh art style to the scene with the character designs and the ways their kind of faces look and are animated. And the more sequelized things that we've been seeing of Finding Dory and Inside Out 2 and Toy Story 4 being just utterly blown away by how realistic they can make some of the CG look. And like, I always think about the Bo Peep scene in the beginning of Toy Story 4 when it's like raining and stuff. And it's like, oh my God, this is like gorgeous. And they're really pushing things forward. I kind of felt like this movie visually was a step back from all of those things. Like, I didn't think it really had a unique identity to itself. It just kind of looked like their new Pixar house style. Not that that's bad, but it doesn't get those extra bonus points that I really care about for specifically a new IP, a new concept for Pixar. And the creative uses of like different types of art styles like we saw in Soul or Inside Out 2, like we didn't really get any of that. which to me kind of led to like a cast of characters that I loved the core. All the supporting felt a little bit undercooked to me and like definitely not as memorable as most other Pixar movies. But yeah, very funny throughout the entire thing. I think it hit emotionally where it needed to. I never cried, but I kind of almost teared up a couple times, and I was like, hey, I want to give it credit. Like, it did the Pixar thing. Good for you. But yeah, overall, this is not one that I think I'll ever watch again, but I definitely think it is worth watching because, you know, Pixar really, really, really makes good stuff that matters. I think there's so much to the story and characters that, like, you'll watch something, you're like, yeah, that's a story that needs to be told. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like,
for sure.
it's well-worn territory in a lot of ways, but I multiple times throughout the movie was like, oh, I'm happy they moved this forward faster. They didn't like make us wait for a big reveal or whatever. It's like, no, we know how this goes, but we're gonna do it with a just enough slight twist that I'm like, yeah, this one is definitely on my lower on the list, but still really good movie.
It's interesting though, because it does go by very, very fast at a fast clip. And I do wonder if they had added 20 more minutes to it, if that would have made it a slog to get through or one of the greatest Pixar movies of all time. Because it is paint by numbers, but there is a moment where it was going by so fast that I was like, oh, we're done? I expect there to be these incredible nuanced moments like you get in some of the Toy Story movies or whatever, where the characters do take those moments. And we do get those, but we're just on to the rest of the adventure, which is why I really think this feels like an 80s movie, because the 80s, they were just like, we don't have the budget for that. We're shooting on film. And this is expensive, and we've got to make 30 other movies.
What do we do now? Let's terrify the children with a scene that is completely out of place.
I mean, I cannot tell you how much I love it. I can't tell you that. Like, you've heard me and Greg harp on the fact that kids' movies these days are just too soft, right?
It's true.
They're just too soft. You got to scare the hell out of kids just so they know by the end of it that they should appreciate their parents and their friends more. That's
Still haunted by Return to Oz with the wheelies.
God,
what are the
that
kids
was terrifying.
like traumatized by these days, you know?
Oh, exactly, right? Like, if
Oh,
you
my
Zibbity toilet.
seen Labyrinth,
Here's the question: do they
Dark
like
Crystal?
the toilet? Do they like the toilet, man?
they love the toilet.
Is he an enemy or a friend? Roger.
Well, no.
Roger, we need to know. We need to know. Do they like him? Visually, I really enjoyed what they were doing with, like, I know it's kind of a big point of contention on the internet right now, like this newer visual look for Pixar that they've had for the past couple movies, where it very much reminds you of like Wallace and Gromit with the round mouths and but it really works for me. I think it's adorable. And yeah, just like for whatever reason, I was just like really, really digging this movie, and I wasn't looking forward to it. I think it just kind of hit at the right moment, and emotionally, I think it did a lot for me emotionally.
And that probably is why I liked it a lot too, because I had no expectation, and I went in thinking, oh, this is gonna suck. I went in thinking it was going to be another Jurassic Park movie, and I came out being like, thank God, it was something good. It was fun. I'd rather watch this movie 2 more times than watch the last Jurassic World movie that came out. Candidly,
Yeah.
I don't. Why are we comparing to Jurassic Park?
just Jurassic World. It's because that summer,
Oh, okay.
that movie came out this summer too.
Yeah.
I remember walking out of that being like, good. Scarlett Jo was in that. She got paid. Fantastic. Let's move on.
Good for you,
I don't even know.
Remember
I
how
can't remember
annoying
that movie was
boyfriend
about.
was, though?
What's
Remember
that?
how annoying that boyfriend was, though?
Oh, he was god
the
awful.
worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty
Worst
terrible.
character.
Dolores.
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 All right, we are gonna
What did
get
I say? Benji or what? Betsy?
Yeah, I think you said
Betsy.
Betsy.
She looks like a Betsy.
Yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of close. Kinda
We're gonna get to the plot of Elio right after a word from our sponsor. Greetings, taste buddies. Wishing you could sip the bold taste of tomorrow today. Now you can with the ripest flavor creations from your friends, the makers of 5 Hour Energy. First up, we've got Mock Melon Brew 5 Hour Energy Shots, inspired by the new video game, The Outer Worlds 2. Mock Melon Brew 5 Hour Energy Shots have entered the flavorverse. Why bother with messy vines and sticky seeds when you can craft genuine flavor from the finest mock melons? Dive into the carefully curated flavor of sun-simulated sweet, refreshing watermelon, and experience the stellar taste and interstellar energy of Mock Melon Brew 5-Hour Energy Shots. Looking for something even juicier? Introducing new Purple Berry Punch 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's got sweet, juicy grape, zealously zesty lime, and a warm ginger kick. Both flavors pack a powerful zero-sugar wallop of 230 milligrams of caffeine, B vitamins, and nutrients so good it should be against company policy. And for a limited time, when you purchase a Purple Berry Punch or Mock Melon Brew 5-Hour Energy product, you'll receive a unique code to unlock exclusive The Outer Worlds 2 in-game content. Blast through The Outer Worlds 2 in style with an exclusive skin for your Raptidon in-game pet. Brought to you by 5-Hour Energy. Get your real mock flavor online at 5hourenergy.com and Amazon while supplies last. Hit it.
And you may ask yourself, you may find yourself listening to a podcast. And you may ask yourself, where will they rank this movie? Now let's hear the plot for the movie Elio. Now let's hear the plot for the movie Elio. And you may ask yourself.
Hello, everyone. I thought you were gonna fade it out. You just looked at me
I
full
love that
ride.
it was, you know,
Just
maybe
full blown.
3 times louder than it needed to be. So Andy's screaming 3 times, 4 times louder than he had to. Oh, that was gold.
Welcome to the plot of Elio. Right off the rip, I mean, I love the music in this. It's got a sci-fi theme. We're getting it. It's cool. We come in on the Montez Air and Space Museum where we find our 2 main characters. Well, not 2 main characters, but I guess two of our main characters. Tia Olga, and Elio, who is hiding underneath the table. We already know something's wrong. It turns out that his parents have died, and she has to now take care of him. We get a lot of exposition here very, very quickly. Like, everything's going to be basically told you very quickly in this movie, namely that Olga wanted to be a astronaut, but she has now had to put that aside because she has other priorities, which is to raise her nephew.
Excellent setup.
Excellent.
Here, right? Like, it's just, all right, cool. We get the stakes. We get where we're going with this.
Of course, he wanders around. This is a space museum, an air museum, and he wanders into an exhibit of that talks about Voyager, which is all real. Voyager, the gold disc, all that stuff. We sent that out to just basically say, here's who we are, and if you're, extraterrestrial life, hello.
We should send another one and be like, things have gotten real different.
It's bad.
Help
Someone
us.
come save us. Yeah.
Or just take us out.
Yeah.
Just go. Just shoot
Do it. Yeah, put us out of
Blow
our
it all
misery.
up.
Do it. Just send a message up that just says, do it.
it. If you're thinking about doing it,
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Mhm.
And so they talk about, hey, there's got to be life out there. And Elio, of course, gets the idea of he's very unhappy with his life here. He doesn't have any friends. And so he goes, oh. And then, of course, we do cut to a scene of Voyager. I love all the quick cuts in this. We get a few montages. We get Voyager kind of going through this interstellar space or whatever, and then it gets stuck in an asteroid field, and poof, the green light.
This shit is so good.
It's
man.
great. And
This whole sequence is awesome.
visually, it's great. We get a green light that's like a tractor beam, and then they play with your expectation of that later when we get the green flashlight from Bryce and all that stuff. But of course, Elio is now obsessed with aliens. And he's not dealing with his grief. He is now saying, like, I just need to get off this planet. And this is where we cut to him on the beach. He's made his own little crop circle, and he's got a message that says, aliens abduct me. And when they don't come, we get an amazing, I'm not going to say amazing, a fun montage set to the Talking Heads song Once in a Lifetime, which Andy so eloquently reproduced for us here.
Did my best.
It's
It's pretty good.
You
got it
spot
on.
yourself.
I guarantee we're gonna get a copyright claim.
Yeah, we might.
That was
Yeah,
that
we
good.
are. We might.
That's how good it was. All of this is great, and we see Elio in this progress very, very quickly down the rabbit hole of becoming like an alien sort of abductee conspiracy theorist. He's got the colander helmet on. He's got all that stuff. He's into ham radios now because he's trying to contact space. Meanwhile, Olga's like, I don't know what to do with this. And also, we get a couple scenes that are sad of him eating pizza by himself with a note from his aunt being like, sorry, I had to work late. And so he is alone in this, unfortunately. And so, that's how we go from there. But as time goes on, he's more and more and more saddened by the fact that they're not coming to get him. Until one fateful night, the green light finally hits his face, and he thinks he's being abducted, but it's not. It's Bryce with the green light, because Bryce has been invited to the ham radio club that he's been conned into because there is no ham radio club. Because
It's-
Elio just wants his ham radio.
This whole setup of him being obsessed with space and the ham radio is so interesting because it's such a departure from what it feels like current childhood is about with like technology and stuff like that. And it's just like there's an element of wonder that is being played out that I feel like is probably really nostalgic for us. I just wonder how much of that didn't hit with current kids. And that's kind of why it flopped, of like there was just a little bit of a disconnect. But I don't know. Do kids still like want to be astronauts and wonder about space and stuff like that? Like, who knows?
That's a good question. There's a lot that happens in the scene very quickly. One of which is that he grabs Bryce's ham radio, hooks it up to his, and starts immediately like kind of tinkering with it. And I believe this is where we get the first sort of like instance of the song that comes through, which is like the Communiverse's way of communicating with them. And it's very reminiscent of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Ba, 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 ba. It's got that vibe to it. Whoever wrote this movie was me. I think it was me. I have to go back through my emails. I don't think I wrote the movie, but I think they're very much people who were like, let's borrow from all these beloved 80s movies, and we get that here. Of course, before he gets a chance to do that, Caleb, Bryce's douchebag friend, is like, let me see, whatever. And he's like, hey, chill, man. That's the guy whose parents died. And we're like, okay, we didn't have to phrase it like that. And then they get into a fight.
It's so real though, like with kids, like that's what that kid is. He's the kid whose parents died. It's like that sucks, man.
Yeah.
I really thought that this asshole kid was going to have like a character arc turn, you know, and like be chill. Just he's an asshole the whole way.
Commits to the bit.
Yeah.
And I love that Bryce is like, hey man, sorry I was a butt. He's like, yeah, sorry I was a butt. It's such a kid thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have this massive problem with this person, and then the next day you're best friends. Love that. But we're not there yet, of course. The lights go on. The MPs are there. The setting of this, again, so unbelievably 80s. This kid lives basically, or like hangs out on the beach of the Airspace Museum where there's like MPs that like have to come and get him, right? There's always, Andy, I know you don't remember any of these movies, but whenever there was a kid movie in the 80s that had anything to do with sci-fi, there was always a federal agent or a military presence in it. Always. And they always came to get you. It was like the
Even
threat
Lilo and
of the
Stitch.
government coming to get you
Oh,
because
right.
you could never fight them, right? And that's what we have here.
E.T. So
E.T.
A lot of flashlights.
War games,
Maybe
they had to come
guns.
get him for that. All these things, right? Ferris Bueller's Day Off, we have that asshole that works in the restaurant. Snooty.
E.T., what did I do? Eh?
Classic line.
E.T., phone you.
Me hungry
Call
too.
me back.
Andy, touch my finger.
You gotta do this right.
I digress. Olga's like, what the hell happened? He gets his eye punched, by the way, and now he has to wear his eye patch. And this is the first time I laugh out loud. Because she goes, the doctor told you not to touch that. And the camera pans down and he's touching it. And he goes, oh, you meant right now? She goes, you can't touch it for 2 weeks. He goes, oh, you mean starting now?
And then
Fucking
he starts
hilarious.
speaking, and then she goes, "Stop speaking." No, not Elio.
Which,
Yes.
the amount that it came back in this movie was perfect. Like
It
I
was,
really appreciated that bit. It sounded good too, and like it being something that later she like uses and is incorrectly saying like throw the ice cream or
Yeah.
whatever, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you meant this." Great stuff. It's just
The-
really good.
Such a good set.
The other thing that I appreciated is all of his insults that he says are like galactic themed. I was like, oh,
This kid,
he's in it. He is in deep. I was like, I never would have thought to like use insults like that.
We get interrupted here, of course, because Olga gets a message from Melmac. And she thinks Melmac has found proof of, you know, alien life out there. And of course, Elio can't help himself. He goes and hides in a trash can, and he overhears the entire conversation where there has been a message of some sort that's coming through, and it's the message from Voyager and it's been recalibrated and sent back to us as just saying hello, planet Earth. Right? Instead of hello from planet Earth, they've taken out the from, it's hello planet Earth, given back to us. And he's like, we got to respond to them. And Olga reminds them all, she's like, we monitor orbital like debris. That's what we do here, which is an oddly specific job that you would think there's no way that's going to come back in a pertinent way in the third act. You would be wrong, Tim.
yeah.
She goes, we're not here to talk to extraterrestrials. That's not our job. We all need to go take a break. Of course, Elio's like, that's my job. And he responds back, and he has the world's best message. He was like, hello, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, and then he starts listing his qualifications for why they should come and get him. I'm creative, hardworking, shredded. And that's the second time I laugh out loud. Because I was like, no way that he said that. So I rolled it back and I was like, yeah, he said
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's not the last time they're going to use
That
this
is
jump
ripped
tip.
multiple
And I
times,
laughed
yeah.
every fucking time. At one point, his friend says I'm ripped. He's like, look at me, I look
When he
so
shows
ripped.
off his back, like I laugh so fucking hard at that.
So funny. As,
Interesting too. Langliam Neely in the chat brings up that Melmac is the planet that Elf is from. There's
Oh
just
my
all
God,
of these
that's
like little
amazing.
Oh, that's
connection
fun.
points.
that's amazing. I didn't catch that. Good pull. He signs off very quickly. Okay, bye. I love you, and leaves.
Another great thing.
And
The
you're like,
okay, bye, I love you.
I love it.
Becoming just like the phrase they all think just kind of mean like is their welcome or whatever. It's
Yeah.
great.
This, of course, gets Olga into very, very hot water, and she brings him home. And she's like, something's got to change here. She's like, why are they have this great scene where she's like, why are you so obsessed with aliens? And he goes, because there's 500 million planets out there, and one of them is bound to want me because you don't. She goes, of course I do. And she says, we're family. He goes, we're not. You're not my family.
Brutal.
Thing to do. And then as she leaves, she states, sort of the theme, which is your life's not up there, it's down here. And he doesn't believe her. Of course, Ola sends the next day. She's like, something's got to change. She gives him a brochure. She sends him to camp. It's just a summer camp, but it's like a military summer camp. She's like, trust me, this is the best thing for you. Of course, Bryce and Caleb are there. You're like, nah, you've just thrown him into the lion's den.
A classic
definitely-
Cadet Kelly situation.
Oh, a classic. Not knowing anything about this movie is so interesting because at each point I was like, oh, I know what the plot's going to be. Something's going to have to happen so he doesn't have to go to camp. And then I'm like, oh, well, I guess not.
Never
Very
mind.
quickly. It's like, no, he's just at camp now.
A mess later that night, of course, at work, or at some point, Olga gets a message on screen while she's working. Everything goes pink. We hear the song. I love the use of the colors in this. There's like that pink electric energy, and you're like, that's the aliens talking, right? And then all the screens pop up, and it says, bring us your leader. Please. And you're like, God damn it. Again, another laugh. I was like, okay, this is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in a nutshell right here.
And I think that's also just a callback to Elio saying, "Take me, please." Like it's a neat way for them to be like, "Oh, this is how they communicate."
Yeah. I loved him being like, okay, I'm going to bring the spoons, not the forks, because maybe I'm jumping a little ahead, but like because they're weapons, like that's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, right.
And going back of what you said too, it's even like the timing of the phrasings of stuff. Like when they call it Earth and stuff like that, it's like, oh, they're just like verbatim taking these things and not realizing that it's just space
Speech,
and
yeah.
fillers and stuff like
And
that.
we'll talk about the ambassadors as well, but I think I love how they're written because they're incredibly smart, but they're also very innocent. And so they're very trusting, but then they're also kind of cowardly. And it's an interesting dynamic to have to put your characters in because that could have been annoying, but it reminds me a lot of Galaxy Quest and the aliens that are there that are just like so loving and trusting. Yeah.
Literal too.
Just so freaking literal. Of
I'll
course.
tell you what, I really, really thought Joey mentioning you thinking you kind of knew what was going to happen. Like, I really thought that the Communiverse was going to be like the evil dudes in Monsters University or Monsters Inc.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they were going to become evil along the way, and
Yeah.
you were going to have to find a way to get away from them.
I had also just watched the Twilight Zone episode called To Serve Man, which is very much that kind of thing where it's like, oh, you think it's this like benevolent alien, and then it's like, spoilers, I guess, for anybody who hasn't seen the Twilight Zone, it's a cookbook to serve man, like as a course and stuff like that. So I was like, oh no, that's exactly what's gonna happen here.
Elio.
with them.
Elio, of course, before we get to that, though, Bryce and the kids catch up with him and they're wearing alien masks and they just take him out to the beach to beat his ass. But time freezes and a portal opens and he is welcomed to the Communiverse by, a liquid computer. Love it.
Really cool visualization for what the UFO is. Like this just opening that kind of has
So
this
cute.
It's the cutest
prismatic
thing ever.
sort of look to it. Like when you're
Oh,
expecting a UFO ship or whatever, and it's not. It's just this kind of weird, otherworldly. You can't even describe what it is because it's not really a device. It's something other,
They give him his disc, by the way,
Love
which I
that.
think is super cool.
Disc is so cool.
Yeah.
It allows him to play with gravity. It also is a communication disc, very similar to a universal translator you would see in Star Trek. And we are given a very quick intro into everything's moving along. We're given an intro to where we're at. You're in the Communiverse. Some of the ambassadors come to meet him. We have Questa of Gome, Helix of Fluvium, and Tegman of Tegmeg. There we go.
I just think, the characters are so fun. I like the way they play with color and just.
Tech-Meg's the best. 'Cause
It
he's
feels
kind of a
like they
dick.
had fun designing these things.
Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna do? Let's get weird.
And this is the Communiverse, everyone. They're like, you're the leader of Earth. We want to put you up for to be a candidate here, to be an ambassador. We're probably going to vote you in, but there is one more other candidate. And we'll talk about that guy a little bit later. But the Communiverse is like basically all the smart people in the entire universe have come together to share all the knowledge they could possibly have. We have this cool thing that's basically the Universal Users Manual. And of course, Elio goes, oh my God, he's got all the knowledge of the universe. And of course, he uses it how you would with a kid. Who would win in a fight? A gorilla with a baseball bat or 10 chimps? And this Universal Manual tries to give him some bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Being
Is it
like,
the voice
well,
of Doug
Was it?
from Up? I think it is.
Oh, I think it meant funny.
that sounds right.
No, not Doug Funny. No. I'm pretty sure it's the voice of the dog in Up.
That's amazing. But he tries to give him the philosophical highfalutin, like we're better than fight. Anyone that gets into a fight has already lost, and he's like, look at me that bullshit. And he's like, all right, the gorilla.
Yeah, that's
funny.
great.
Now I'm thinking, dude,
The Universal Users Manual is.
Oh, really?
Bob Peterson.
That's
was the
a
voice of
really
Doug.
good pull. I don't know that I ever
Yeah,
would have been
dang.
able to do that.
Also, voice-wise, Zoe Saldana did not realize that was her.
Whoa, I didn't know that
yeah.
either.
Oh.
For who?
Isn't it there?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I did
Yeah.
not realize that. That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
there was only one voice in this movie that really stood out.
You hear it, you're like, I know who you are.
And that made me instantly so excited for in review because I know that Andy's
I was
on.
like, Andy's gonna bring
Ray.
some gold.
I'm the voice of the villain, Ray. My name's Robert.
Was that Brad Garrett?
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to pull it the entire time. Yeah, that checked.
I have my own cocktail bar, stand up in Las Vegas.
He does. Bob Garrett's cocktail bar and stand up in Las Vegas.
dude.
I love all of this. And they're like, we know every known language. And he goes, even LEOEs, and they know it. It's a known
Cool.
language.
Even the curse words?
And they knew curse words that he didn't know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He was like, I didn't know that one.
His
So
made up
cute.
language
Yeah.
that he made up. Elio gets a cool new nano suit that looks exactly like the other suit, but it's green and it's cool. And they show him like the badge that's going to be great. And then they take him to see Voyager, and they're like, you sent this out, and we found it in an asteroid field, and that's how we found you. And that's really cool. They tell Elio he got his message, and the glad leader of Earth is here. Before he can set them straight there, they got to take him to see the other. They got this other problem. We got this other candidate we got to go talk about, which is Lord Grygon, Blood Emperor of Hylerg. And it's awesome. And he's just chewing up scenery in this. Of course, the ambassadors are all terrified of him because they're all just, smart people who don't like fighting wars. They're just like these, highfalutin guys. And so they deny him membership. And he tells them he's going to take it by force with rockets. And then he rockets through the roof. And one homie just goes, why did he make another hole?
Great.
God damn it. I love, by the way, their solution. They're like, we'll just pack up shop and go as far away as possible and hope this problem doesn't come back to haunt us, just like we've done countless other times. And of course, they're like, Elio, sorry, you got to go back to Earth. And he doesn't want to go back to Earth. So he goes, I'll take care of this for you guys. I'm an expert negotiator. What does he do? Of course, he goes over to the Universe Manual and he goes, tell me everything you know about negotiation. And he writes all of it on his hands. And I like that we have sort of like those plot points get wiped out as he goes. The last of which is the bargaining chip. So they send him over. They're like, you got to go. And we get the dumb comedy bits with the mint in the spaceship where it's like, do you want a mint? And that just got me every time. Every time. He goes over and he starts. This is a great scene because he actually starts like therapizing him a little bit. He's like, and in doing so, again, I like that there's sort of this exposition here is backing up the main theme where he's like, why, you have to go find your people. Why would you want to be a part of something that doesn't want you? Go. There's other people out there. Go find other warlords out there and hang out with them. Like, you guys could totally do that. And he's like, you're actually making a lot of really good sense. And he's like, I am. And then his kid calls and he's like, kids, right? We don't want them. And that's not the right thing to say. He's like, are you accusing me of being a bad father? He's like, I love my child. And he's like, yeah, but I got kids of my own. And they're on.
Yeah, he's he says
just do what I do. Send him to summer camp. Like, ship him off. Like,
Yeah.
send him. And he's like, why would I do that?
Yeah, the
stuff.
comment of, it sounds like you're having trouble connecting with him, and that really drives the father angry. Like, wait, you're telling me I'm like not fathering my child correctly?
Now, I do apologize. I skipped past probably the most important plot point in this entire film. Is that before they send him off, they create a clone of him.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Now,
they do.
If you guys have never seen the film The Last Starfighter, this is ripped directly from that.
Oh.
They take the main character because he has to go be the last Starfighter, the Star Academy, but they're like, we don't want anyone on Earth in this small town that you live in of 5 people to like know that you're missing. So they create a clone of him. And the clone is exactly like this. He's like really nice and kind of lost the entire time. And like, it just degrades and everyone figures it out very, very quickly. And then some weird shit happens where like, I think his ear comes off and all of a sudden he's like, we should have this conversation. This is literally this exact same thing. And I freaking love that they did this. The clone is the funniest part of this movie until the second clone happens. And that becomes another, like when they're talking about the warlord shit, the second clone's like clapping. There's a line, I'll just skip to it because I'll probably forget it as we go along, where Olga sees him and he's like, I'm gonna let all the alien stuff go by. And she's like, oh, great. And you're like, oh, damn, she really didn't even notice this was his kid. And I love the turn when it turns out that later she's been like she's like, he's been abducted and this is not him. I know my son, my nephew. She's got all the straight.
That's an awesome story beat.
It's a great story beat. But there's one moment in this.
In the car?
Where, no, not the car. It's where she's talking to her friend over coffee at the house. And where it's an awesome shot. It's just a slow dolly in where they're the two characters that are talking here, but they're out of focus. And Elio, clone Elio, is in the back trimming the bush. And he cuts his thumb off. And he goes, oh, and puts it right back on, right? But before that happens, a car drives. And he goes, hey, Jim.
I noticed that.
And he goes, hey, Elio. He goes, how's the back? He goes, oh, you know. He goes, yeah, I know. He goes, yeah, you're not telling me.
It's so stupid. I laughed so hard at that.
It's so stupid, but it's so fucking good. Either way here, the warlord, Gragon, gets mad. He goes, throw him in the brig. Right? He's like, nobody talks about my son that way. Of course, he goes into the brig. He's like, shoot, this sucks. And he looks up and he sees a vent. And he goes, I know I can get up to there because it's got the little gravity thing. He goes, gravity off, floats up, goes down. But then ends up tumbling down into what looks like a pill bug or spider's web.
So scary.
And it's terrifying. This is the first, like, the cloning thing, when the clone first happens, is terrifying. Because, like, it does all that shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that kid should not see that. Love it. This part is terrifying.
No.
When Don comes down, or Glorden, I guess, comes down, and is screaming at him, and then the universal translator goes over and translates, and he's just the kid. And he's just a nice kid.
It's so good. Like, the translator bit was so good, but him getting all swaddled up, it's like, yeah this is terrifying.
Yeah, because you think it's definitely something else, and then it's just like,
just stay warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like that. My mom swaddled me.
Yeah,
when we need to be warm because we need to be warm.
When I get scared, that's what he said.
Yeah, and
so I'm always swaddled.
Yeah, it's always
dude. This is one of my favorite Pixar characters, like in the last probably 7 or 8 movies.
I think mine too.
I love
the
so
kid.
much.
I love this dynamic because really, at the end of the day, the emotional heart of this is that Elio's processing this loss, and he's alone, and he needs a friend. And he doesn't have one because he's pushing everyone away, even Bryce, who would have been his friend, but he's pushing him away because he's not processing this. And in this extreme setting, he finds his friend, and they become best friends. The point where when they start going down the universal toilet or whatever the hell it is, I laugh. It's great. It's very endearing. And I did not think the swaddling thing was going to be a big deal, but I would have been wrong about that as well.
I feel like it's also like you really have to thread the needle on making a character like this be endearing and not annoying. And I feel like it's a tough balance to get, and they really nailed it with this one.
Glordon, of course, is Gragon's kid. There's a little twist there. And he's like, look, man, I got this carapace up there, and they're going to put me in it. And once they do, it's a suit of armor. We all look like these little pill bugs, these cute little weird eyeless pill bugs. But when I go in there, there's no getting out. To come out would be like the biggest dishonor to our people. You would be shunned. It would just be horrible. And I don't want to be a warlord.
When he's just flexing, he's like, check out my back. Like, that little thing. And he just turns around and starts like flexing his back. It's like, man, I laugh like, so much.
He's like, I look so ripped. God, I love it. And then, so he's like, look, I need a favor from you, right? Because the last little thing on his finger says you need a bargaining chip. And he's like, shoot, you could be my bargaining chip. And he's like, I've been a lot of things.
Yeah.
A nuisance, a headache,
yeah,
an annoyance, but I've never been a bargaining chip. Let's do this thing, right?
I really, really love that this wasn't, I love that they didn't go for the storyline of, I have to trick you into doing this.
Yep.
I love that fucking Glorden's just super down for all of it.
Like
I love
vigilante,
that. I love that he's not like having I could see a different reality where they, I would have had to fake a friendship with this guy to have him be my bargaining chip. I love that they're just friends, and he's like, yeah, let's do this. This sounds great. I don't I don't really, my dad doesn't fuck with me, and I don't want to be
My
a
mom's
warlord.
always gone fighting the blood
Yeah.
war or whatever they call
Blood
it.
war,
The
yeah.
war. So let's go. So they jump on the ship, right? They escape, and we get another beat here where a little bit of information where Glordon is cold. They need the heat of the lava tubes. He has to get in his mouth at one point too. But we established
Yeah,
they
that's
need
good.
heat. They can't go out into the vast of space without their armor, or else they get real cold. He uses the disc to warm them up, which is cool. And then they go to they go back to the Communiverse, and he starts negotiating. He's like, "I've got your son. Like, if you vow to leave us alone forever, I will give him back to you in one piece." But he's like tickling him. It's like,
There was somewhere around here that the two boys were like kind of discussing their family, and
Yeah.
it was like kind of like Lorgon told him like, oh, like your aunt wants to be an astronaut, and she had to give that up to be like to support
Yeah, he
you.
goes,
Yeah.
And he started to put it together, and it's like, oh, this is solid stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we're getting where we need to go.
I think he says she must really love you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gave up, and he's like, oh, and it never occurred to him that she gave
Yeah.
up her life's goal just to take care of him. So he was like, that worked out. My dad's there. His dad's like, hey, prepare the carapace. We're putting him in it right now. And his guy's like, it's a little premature. He's like, we got to do it right now because no one's ever going to hurt my son like that again. And you get a lot of really good indications here that he really loves his son. He's not an asshole dictator. He's like worried for his son, and he doesn't have the communication skills to not be the thing that his people have told him he needs to be. Of course, Don doesn't want to go. And so Elio gets a great idea. He's like, I wish there was somewhere someone else can go instead of him. And he goes, oh, there is. We can make a clone of you. And I tell you what, Tim, if I'm lying, I'm dying. The two clones coming out, talking to each other, great. They march him up. He has to go into the thing. And we've seen how scary this is. We see when it opens up, it's like an Iron Maiden.
Mhm.
Spikes that go through, and everyone's like, oh, and it cuts the clone. He's like, yeah. It's great. I'm
go.
super excited about this. They're just so stoked to be a part of this. He gets in, he gets locked in, and I like the digital eyes because they don't have eyes.
Yeah.
They can't really see. The digital eyes come here, and they're all kind of wonky, and there's three of them. And they start walking away, and he's like, son, I'm glad to have you back. And he's like, Dad, I'm so excited to go to take over other civilizations and pillage and plunder and do these things. And his dad's like, wait a minute.
I know you're not my son.
Yeah.
And he blows him apart. And there is one moment where Elio's like, how did you know it was him? He goes, because I know my son. And you're
Good
like,
stuff.
there it is. Love that. Of course, all hell breaks loose. He takes everyone captive, and one of the ambassadors is like, "You got to go. You got to get the hell out of here." They open a porthole, and Elio's like, "I don't want to leave. I want to do it." And but he gets pushed through. Right? Yes, I believe so. Meanwhile, Glordon has escaped now in the pod by accident. He sort of bumped the pod. He's gone back to Earth. Elio's gone back to Earth as well, unbeknownst. But the base is going crazy. Something's going on. We don't see that yet, though. We get the emotional beat of. He lands back on the beach, and he looks over, and who does he see? His aunt and clone Elio. And clone Elio is just helping out, man. He has to go look for some. He's like, I'll go. I'll go look for some batteries. We did get this. We did get the scene where she's like, I love you, and she kisses his head and takes one of the hairs,
Yeah.
and then tries
I
to analyze
love
the
it.
hair, and the hair jumps off, and she follows it back into his room. Terrifying.
Oh, when she lifts the eyepiece and there's just nothing.
Nothing
It's
there.
Oh.
terrifying.
And he
Yeah.
grabs her hand and goes, we should
should
probably talk.
Oh man.
That is perfect 80s.
Have we already at this point seen? Oh, we have already at this point seen the Elio seeing the clone getting along with his aunt.
Not
a
yet.
lot
So
more.
now we're here.
Okay.
So now we're back on the beach, and he sees her, and she goes, "Yeah." He's like, "I'll be right back. I gotta go."
No.
Because of the lights.
he when he clones
Oh.
Glordon, he sees, oh, this clone is like my aunt loves this clone. This
Yeah.
fucking sucks, and it hits, and you're like, whoa, how are they gonna reconcile any of this? Like, this is a tough position to
Yeah.
be in. That our characters like just seeing his aunt actually love the clone of him because he's just acting differently or whatever, and he's not him. And then I love the again getting the little hair after the kiss, and then you go, oh sweet,
She's
she doesn't
on
love this kid.
She
She's
knows.
like, this kid's
Yeah,
fucking
she's
weird.
like,
That's what's going on. And it's been tearing her apart.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she's going into madness. And we're back on the beach. I guess we did miss the point of like right before everything went down and the clone blew up, they were going to give him his badge and like offer him a membership, but that all went to crap. We're back on the beach. He sees the clone walk away, and he's about to walk back up, but then he sees how sad Olga is. Really, like there's a moment where he sees her, and she's like, she's been pretending the entire time, and she even says, she's like, "You got to come back. Like I'm just so alone." And he walks up to her, and she goes, "Did you find it?" And he's like, "I don't know what's going on." And she realizes that it's him. And as she does, what she says, sorry, she doesn't realize it's him yet. She looks down at him in tears and says, I just feel so alone. You wouldn't understand, because she thinks she's talking to the clone. And he goes, actually, I do. And she realizes that he's back.
Is this where we
And
get
then
the shot?
lights. No, but well,
Okay.
then the lights start coming back on because Clone Elio has figured out how to get them back on. And we get the overhead shot as the camera pulls out, and she's made her own crop circle. That says,
Dude.
aliens bring him back.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm a mess at this point,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
holy shit.
That is good.
I've
Good setup and payoff.
I've got the not just teary eyes, but like the like that shit going on. Ugh, so good.
He says, I didn't think you'd miss me. She goes, I missed you. I missed everything about you. But this isn't the life you wanted. The only thing I wanted, she says, the only thing I wanted is you. It's great. Elio's spaceship, of course, has landed. Glorodon is there, and now at some point, Clone Elio comes back and goes, something's happening over there. And we see the spaceship being hauled in, and she's like, oh shit, Glorodon's here. They've got him trapped. We've got to sneak in. And as they're driving, the clone in the back's like, well, I don't think you guys need me anymore. I'm going to go ahead and start the decomposition process. Feel free to sprinkle me on a plant. I'm a very good fertilizer, very nutritious fertilizer. And he starts to go, melt, and
God.
it's terrifying.
Yeah.
They're like, wait,
You're like, this can't get scarier. This character, nothing they can do in this movie can make it
Impossible
scarier than
way.
this.
there's nothing scarier than a character that's super overpowered. That's really nice. Like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get the most 80s scene you'll ever see in a Pixar movie. Red light. 2 guards
God.
just doing their job. Look over. Hey, kid, what are you doing here? And he starts to decompose and run at them really quick
Just
and
the,
grab
like,
them.
my
the neck
God.
twitch.
It's all of that.
Ugh.
And then he melts in front of them and like winks as they
Yeah,
speak by.
yeah.
He gives them like a little thumbs up.
So funny.
Yeah.
So good.
It's the thing where it's this, you only see his silhouette for so long. You're like, oh no, what's it gonna look like when you see him in the light? So stressful.
It cuts to Elio and he gives him a little salute, like you did good work out there.
We go in. We find the spaceship and they get trapped inside. Glorodon is not doing well because he's too cold and he's like cocooned. He's trying to swallow himself, but he can't. He can't.
Well, we have the Elioese moment here.
That's where it is here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
before that happens, yes, soldiers come in and they're about to take them, and she says, "Get the donut out," or whatever it is in Elioese. And this, for the first time, we realize that she actually has learned the language. She's bothered to learn language. She just never told them that. And it's very, very
Great.
good. And he's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" She's like, and then she says it again, and it's helmet. It kicks the helmet, hits one of them. They fall down. They shut the door, and they launch the ship up into a debris field.
Did we miss the little part too where he says like, I keep talking about, or this is like the connection that he has to his parents, that they also do the language? Isn't that right?
Yes, that, I forget where that was, but
Somewhere in
I
the
think
middle,
I
yeah.
think he was trying to teach Dawn it at one point. We missed this scene where they were like jumping down the toilet, and he was like daring him to jump, and they stop for a moment, and he tells him about his parents, and that's where I think Dom tells him about his mom's never there, and it sucks, and his dad tries, but it just doesn't get him. And then he goes, "Yeah, I'll teach you Elioese." I think he's trying to teach him the language, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Well, yeah, my parents and I used to talk in this, and no one else knew it," and that's
And I feel like that's such like a crucial piece of like why he's so attached to it and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And you're like, oh, it's not just like this hyperfixation. It's like
Yeah.
this connection point.
and the reveal that she does know it, or was willing to at least try. She doesn't know it. She's at least attempting to learn it, which is great because she doesn't speak it fluently. Obviously, she
Great.
mixes up some words. Is really good. That part hit for me. Where she
Yeah.
turned around and started talking, like saying
Yeah.
Elioese to me. I was like, God damn, they know what they're doing with this movie. We go up into space, and of course, Tim,
Yeah.
you got when you've got people who are the orbital debris specialists, you got to have an orbital debris thing.
Absolutely.
So of course, they start dodging debris, but they don't have their vectors and they can't call down to the base. If only there was someone on Earth that they could contact that could look at it. Oh wait, we've got the ham radio network. Let's call Bryce. They call up Bryce, and Bryce is like,
I guess like this.
I can't do this, but there is one man who can. One man who is the master of ham, and that's Melmac. Now I want.
Callback.
If there's one flaw with this film,
Mhm.
it's that we don't get to know Melmac.
I know.
I wish we had another 10 minutes of this movie where we started. These characters were a little bit more. Of course, we're talking Galaxy Quest. You have Justin Long's character, who we know just enough to have him be like to empathize with him when he's freaking out trying to figure out how to save the galaxy. We just don't know Melmac enough. I don't know who the
They
actor is. I
treat
don't know what's
this
going on.
like it is the most like the cavalry is here moment, and I gotta be real, it hit. I don't care that they
Yeah.
did not earn this at all, and they needed so much more of this character in the movie. For
Oh,
this
wait.
to
It's
make
Brandon
guy-
Hunt?
yeah.
The guy from Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But
We'll
I
see.
thought that the reveal, the music, the camera angle with him, so much, but then for them to follow it up with like as they're going and just around the world, people are helping out. I'm like,
dude, full
Yeah.
chills.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That the emotional beat of, I think it was either Italy or Japan, because they're like, "Are we alone? Are we alone?" Gets to them, she goes, "You're not alone."
Because we're on the other side of the earth,
Yeah.
and we've lost contact with the United States, and you get all the people, it's so and so from Japan, konnichiwa, and then it's like so and so from China, and then Sudan, and then South Africa, and like all of that shit. I was like, man, this is awesome.
So cool. So cool. Of course, the last bit of debris they hit is just a massive rocket from probably a U.S. spaceship that's just floating out there, and Olga has to take control, and she gets to be an astronaut for the first time. Cool, and pulls up on it. They make it out. Where are we at now? They make it out, and what? Oh, and now they can jump to hyperspace, which is cool. But Glordon is dying, and so he tries to hug him and tries to get him back. He's like, "We gotta get back. We gotta get back to the universe." They hyperspace back, and they find it in shambles. It's on fire. Everyone has been imprisoned in this, and they bring Don back up, and his father sees him, and he's very, very angry, and he's like, "What have you done to my son?" And he takes his fist out like he's going to kill everyone, and he just smashes into his own chest and rips himself out of his armor and goes and swallows up the sun.
so good.
So cute.
Get it, Brad.
Translators just like, we get the little disc moment of
Disc
everybody
moment.
getting the discs,
And then he has the comment where he's like, I know I don't do it as good as like your mom.
He goes,
Oh, that's a good line.
and he goes, "Tell him, right?" He's like, "You got to talk to your dad." And he goes, "Dad, I don't want to be a warlord." He goes, I know my son. Like I've always known, and it's okay. We'll figure it out. And it's really good. He goes, "I may not always understand you, but I still love you." And then he goes, "It's a loose swaddle. I don't have your mother's touch." And he goes, "You did great, Dad." And he goes, I've never uttered these words before, but I'm sorry, everyone. Let him loose. Lets everyone loose. And he's like, "We're going to go just be a family." And it's good. And he orders all of them released. Questa, of course, rewards Elio for his admirable behavior by offering him his membership into the Communiverse. He said, "But I lied to you." And she goes, "But you sacrificed yourself to save others." And he goes, "I can stay." Olga, of course, is saddened by this. They open the portal for her to go back to Earth. And Elio realizes that this membership badge, while super cool, because it's green, and I love that, isn't what he's looking for. He says, "This place is amazing, but Earth is my home. I didn't give it a chance, but now I want to try." And he looks over at his hand and goes, "With you." She's like, "Cool, that's good." And she goes, "You sure?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're family." So he tells the console, "This isn't goodbye. It's just not yet." And Questa says, you are unique, and unique can sometimes feel alone, but you are not alone. Okay, bye. I love you.
Okay, bye. I love you. All of them saying it, and then slowly the translation discs like stopping working, and when it
Yeah.
gets to his boy and it's a different language, I'm like, this is hitting so
Yeah.
hard, but like it's like what the hell, man? This is coming out of nowhere.
But his friend hugs him, and he can't understand what he's saying, but he knows.
He knows, man. Good
And he goes,
stuff.
"I love you too."
Langley M. Neely in the YouTube
So
chat says,
good.
"This sounds wonderful. I hate that my Disney Plus is still out. I rented this on Amazon Prime. It was $6 for the UHD, and
It's worth
looked
it.
amazing.
It's worth it. Definitely. The world watches as the Communiverse drops off. Well, not the world, the base watches as the Communiverse drops off Olga and Elio, and we hear a voiceover from Carl Sagan.
Oh,
You guys. And it's just a banger, man. It's just an ancient human. I can
the
read the whole thing
music
on.
playing.
It's an
like,
ancient
holy
human
shit.
theme. You can find it in virtually every culture, in some guise or another, in religion, folklore, superstition, and now in science. The search for life elsewhere is remarkable in our age because this is the first time that we can actually do something besides speculation. We can send spaceships to nearby planets. We can use large radio telescopes to see if there are any messages being sent to us lately. It touches to the deepest of human concerns. Are we alone?
Credits.
Fucking 10 out of 10 end there, right?
God
Like,
damn.
that was just so hard.
And then we get the mid-credits.
Then we got a mid-credit scene.
Which
Oh,
is,
I didn't see it.
it's
I
Elio.
didn't
It's
either.
awesome. It's Elio and Bryce. They're friends now.
Wait, no, I did see it. Sorry.
And they're on the beach and they're hooking it up. And we see the green or the pink power pop up. And so we know he's talking to aliens. And he says, hello? And then he goes, "Glordon, your disc is muted." Come on. Come on. And he goes, "Oh, sorry. Okay. Now tell me everything."
Yeah. I could have done without this. I feel like the end,
The
I
disc
get
is
it.
muted part
but-
is so,
yeah,
for what we do,
it's
is
funny.
so
Yeah.
fucking funny.
But I just think that the way they ended this of like, I know clearly it wasn't like they're going away forever, but it
Yeah.
felt like as the languages are changing, it's like there has to be some level of sacrifice made, or else if we're all just still able to hang out, the aliens not really giving anything up. But whatever.
You know, if they were going to get a sequel of some sort, sure. But this is not going to get a sequel. They're not going to continue this on. So I think it's funny to have a little beat.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I like that he gets to talk to his friends sometime. Because
Hell yeah.
like I try to talk to Chris Hank on Discord all the time. He's just not there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just ignores you.
Just
Jesus.
RaGu BaGu. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Jesus Christ. Rad Guys Talk Bad Guys here for Pixar in Review.
For this
Yeah.
one.
I don't think I have this.
I got it here. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna read them all out. Everybody,
Rank one.
let's try to
Figure it out.
Rank
Yep.
one is great.
xenophobia is at number one
Okay.
from Elemental.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
That's hard to beat.
We have Lotsa from Toy Story 3.
Tough.
We have Prospecta / Al, not AI, from Toy Story 2.
AI probably also deserves to be.
Eventually, at some point, yes. Newswater and Randall from Monsters Inc. Then Hopper from Ants. We all understood who wrote that down the first time.
Yeah.
Wasn't me. Ernesto de la Cruz next up. Evelyn and the Screenslaver from Incredibles 2. Hercule Visconti from Luca.
Hell yeah.
Syndrome from Incredibles. Munce and the Dogs. Then Ego and Skinner from Rat Tat Tui. Darla and the Barracuda, and Marlin and everything else in Finding Nemo. The Grandma from Turning Red. Woody and Sid in Toy Story 1. Anxiety, Inside Out 2. Gabby from Toy Story 4. Zurg from Lightyear. Hardscrabble and the Roars from Monsters University. Otto from WALL-E. Mordu and the Witch from Brave. The Muddy Water and the Pterodactyls. The fuck? Oh, Good Dinosaur.
Yeah.
The Pterodactyls.
Yeah, the
but-
pterodactyls.
Chicken Hubris from Cars, Jackson Storm and Sterling from Cars 3, Axelrod and the Lemons from Cars 2, Joy and San Francisco from Inside Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough one. City's gone through some shit.
Yeah.
That fear of getting
Well,
lost.
it's at the bottom, so it's not that.
Yeah, the fear of getting lost in a department store from Finding Dory.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
The fuzz
Still
and the
have
curse and the gelatinous cube from Onward, and then manhole covers from Soul.
All right.
That's right.
Yeah, you
what
gotta
got
watch
Jamie
out for
Foxx.
those people. They kill
Yeah.
them. They kill people.
Got to find out what vats you're falling into, Jamie Foxx.
I guess we have to decide.
It's another one of those tough ones of like,
What
there's
the-
actually not a villain, really. Like,
Is it parental pressure?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, the theme,
Lonely-
Generational.
the theme is dealing with loss
drama.
and are we alone? So maybe
Loneliness.
Say loneliness and Grygon because he is a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's not really a bad guy, but he kind of is.
Loneliness and the
threatens people.
crushing pressure from your parents.
Yeah.
I mean, when Grygon and his homies are like
Oh, Jimmy, let Jimmy listen
fucking
to this.
putting their throats on the people, and they're like, "Leave me alone!" And they're like crying out, like, "Whoa, this is like really violent looking."
Yeah.
Like, I don't like this.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to say the scary parts.
Okay.
Oh,
You know?
I like that.
For
Yeah.
the children.
They were good.
Ah.
For the children.
Those are high then.
Yeah.
Those are
I-
scary.
It's pretty good.
I think my gut instinct is above Munce and the Dogs. If we're taking all of those into consideration.
I like that.
Underneath syndrome, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that's very high,
Too
but I'm
high.
not going to fight it. Like that's fine. I'm a Munce defender, but I'll take that.
Oh, you know, I mean, like looking at the list. Hold up, just real quick.
Yeah, feel free. I don't have it in front of me, so that's mentally when you were reading them where I would put it, but
Because there
I'm
wasn't
open to debate.
necessarily a thing to like go back to and go, oh man, that villain is still doing like villainous stuff. Like,
Like the fact that he became a reformed villain is a
well,
factor.
I also don't think that like he was super strong enough. Like we didn't keep on. I guess I'm going back to like other genres of movies where we kept on catching back up with the villain to see what they're up to, and we're like, oh man, he's doing some evil,
no
fucked up
looming
stuff.
presence.
Yeah, and like for as polarizing as Toy Story 4 is, I think Gabby was like a really horrifying villain in that movie.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I thought she was like just really freaky and evil, and the stuff that she was doing was like really kind of messed up. I could see this going right below Gabby from Toy Story 4,
I'm with that.
above Zurg
Yeah.
from Lightyear.
What you think?
Zurg reminded
Joe?
me a lot
You
of
cool with
Dragon,
that? Under Gabby, over Zurg.
which is underneath Anxiety from Inside Out 2, and
Oh,
Woody
yeah.
and Sid.
All right. So what do we want to put here? What's his name? Gligon.
Grygon, Grigon.
Grygon and the scary parts.
Yeah.
Oh, the scary parts are so scary. It felt It's probably just the red light, but it felt like Insidious.
Oh, yeah.
Kid in the red light. Ugh.
There we go. And then Nick went to pee-pee. But we're about to rank the Pixar universe here.
You can start with me first.
Yeah, we can
or
start.
Joey first, or you?
Yeah, let's start it off with Andy.
Again, for people who are just joining us, who didn't watch the last episode, we're doing a brand new ranking system, just like we did with the MCU, where it's all math-based and points-based. And for me, I'm pretty sure that I put Elio at number 11.
Whoa.
Below Soul.
Oh, wow.
So high.
This movie fucking rocks. I love it. I can't really think of a whole lot the movie was doing that I wasn't enjoying. And the fact that it was a surprise, because I've just kind of learned to, I think I'm also kind of grading on that curve of like, yeah, recent Pixar movies just have not been hitting necessarily like as strongly as you would want them to, like in the golden age of Pixar. But this movie was just so strong across the board. It made me laugh. It made me cry a lot. And that's kind of what I need from Pixar movies. And it did both of those.
Joey.
I ranked this at 23. On my list, I have like a block of Monsters University, Toy Story 4, Inside Out 2, Cars 3. And to me, this like, it's really hard, I think, because this is the only first. We'll see if they do anything else with it. Probably not, I assume, based on the return that they got on it. I feel like it's hard to compete with things that have like a longer franchise kind of aspect to them. Once again, if I'm comparing this list to so many other in-review lists we've done, it would probably rank really high in comparison to a lot of the other movies. But this list, as we talked about last week, is so solid that it's, for a movie that I liked, it is just low on the list because they're so good.
Yeah. I have it the lowest out of anybody here. Joey had it 23. I have it at 26. Again, I think that this is probably my end of the good Pixar movies, because this is, I think, a step beyond Cars 2 for sure. And then Good Dinosaur and Brave I put in the okay category. This is the bottom of my, it was good. Definitely thought it was a very simple movie, but it achieved what it set out to do. Made me laugh a lot. Didn't fully make me cry as much as I feel like the subject matter they were hitting could have in a stronger Pixar movie. But definitely recommend y'all watch it. And then Nick.
Where did Andy put it?
11. Underneath Soul.
Good spot for it.
Well,
Where did you
I
put
put mine higher. I put mine at 7.
wow, nice.
I put this high. I really like this movie.
Chris is never going to be friends with
Yeah.
you guys ever again.
I
This
put it
movie's
high.
good.
Good for you.
I really like
That's
it. I think,
awesome.
to me, this is a perfect animated movie. If they had made this in live action, I would like, this is one of the best like fun movies of its. I had a great time watching this. The emotional beats hit, the comedy hit. It helps that I had no idea what was going on, and then it also helps that when you're we love what we do here, folks. Here at Kind of Funny, and we're blessed to have these jobs. We get to talk about movies that we love for you, and you guys get to be a part of that conversation. We get to entertain you, and it's great. And sometimes those movies suck, and sometimes it's a slog, and sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. So when you look at it's only an hour and 38 minutes, you're like, yes. Point number 1. Point number 2, the comedy hit. Point number 3, the clone from The Last Starfighter. Point number 4, a lot of Hitchhiker's Guide here. This is the most Nick Scarpino-ass movie you've ever seen. That's why I ranked it higher. Did I think it was going to have a chance in hell of breaking the top 10? No. But math be math, and Joey.
Yeah.
Let's see
Math
where
be
this
math.
one
The
came.
numbers don't
So
lie.
let's see. Hey, this is, again, the Pixar magic, a big ass split. So where does it shake out, Kev? Let's pull up the rankings here. Remember, at number 1, we have Coco going all the way down to Cars 2 at number 29. And we have Elio coming in at number 17 on our overall list.
Okay.
Above A Bug's Life, below Monsters University.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
I think, again, I look, I put it in the top 10. I loved it. But I understand the case that this is a very good mid-tier Pixar film. And I that's probably where it should be on the list. And I'm sure when I go back and watch this or think about it again when the next Pixar movie comes out, I might be like, you were a bit too high on that because of the recency bias or just how incredibly much you laughed and cried and how much it made you feel and how great of a movie it was.
Pixar, baby. Love that.
We'll
But
see.
that's the beauty of Pixar movies is like you finally got one that spoke to you. Because I feel like as we've gone through them, we've talked about it, and this is just the one that hits for you.
It's the one that hit for me.
And you know what's going to hit for Barrett Courtney. The next one coming up, Hoppers, on March 6, 2026.
Is this the beaver one?
It's the beaver one. It's the fucking beaver
Hoppers?
one. Okay.
He's a beaver guy?
Like, no, I'm joking with
He likes
Barrett.
the beef?
I'm the one stoked.
Oh.
I'm so excited for this
Right.
stupid ass movie.
We've
with
heard you
stupid
talk
ass
about
beavers.
this beaver movie for years
That's
at this
right.
point.
And it's about to happen, okay? We got Mark Mothersbaugh doing the score. If you don't know him, he did
Rugrats.
the Rugrats theme song. He did the Thor Ragnarok theme song. He's a member of Devo. Whip it real good,
wow.
okay? March next year, it's going down, baby.
But
Beef
Tim-
it up.
But Tim, what's next week for you?
Shit. You put me on the spot.
Oh, I
in
did put you on the
excellent
spot.
way.
Hold
That's
on.
actually a really good point.
I don't think it's on the calendar right now.
Hold on.
I really screwed
Give
us
me a
on
sec.
this one, didn't I?
Give me a second. No,
this
we
is-
got to
this is
come up
tough.
with this. We'll have.
Hey, you may find
Predator.
yourself
Oh,
trying to
exciting!
see the movie.
It's Predator, Killer of Killers.
Yes, good. I
Yes.
was glad.
Back to
That's
Predator,
what I thought it was.
Alien Predator in review. We have Killer of Killers on Hulu, the animated one next week, and then Predator Badlands the week after that.
Let's
So,
go.
exciting.
AVPPP.
Hell yes.
And you may ask yourself, when are they returning to Alien
next
versus
time.
Predator?
Goodbye.
Bye,
And
guys.
the answer would be next week.